Grassroots Journalism Kenya, Dennis Beru. Dennis, always great catching up with you on these sessions. How are you on this particular Tuesday?
I'm well, Asanda. Hope you are doing good in South Africa. How is Joburg?
Yes, it's good. It's a bit cold, but it's good. So we're doing well.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's start then there in your country of Kenya. We spoke about this briefly yesterday. Kenyan human rights activist Boniface Mwangi, who was set to appear in court yesterday, known for his leading role in anti-government protests, he was released on bail yesterday. Let's talk about that.
Thank you so much, Asanda. Of course, his release comes 2 days after he was arrested and charged with unlawful possession of ammunition. And it is alleged that he played a role in the deadly anti-government protest that we witnessed in June. And remember, Amwangi was charged by police on Friday, and this after he was arrested over the weekend. And as per the evidence produced in court, he was accused of possessing unused tear gas canisters, that is a 7.6 millimeter blank round, and two phones, a laptop, and some notebooks. And when he was speaking to reporters in the courtroom, he told reporters that he was grateful that the court decided or agreed to release him on bail. And remember, Kenya has been facing anti-government protests across the country since last year. And remember, these all started when we had the finance bill and later to demand the resignation of President William Ruto. And his arrest is not new because Boniface Mwangi, 2 months ago, he was arrested in Tanzania alongside his fellow activist from Uganda, that is Agatha Tuarure. And since the protests broke out, the police have been accusing human rights for the involvement in the protest. And we've seen some of the activists arrested and some even tortured.
So this June 25th protest that he's allegedly having been involved in, the allegations are also that he played a financial role in these protests. What evidence is there of this?
Yes. Some of the allegations that are, of course, it is true. It was alleged that he sponsored some of these protests, but these didn't come out clear as evidence in the court. But it is based on the stance he has been having against the government. And of course, Boniface Mwangi has been at the forefront, leading a number of activists in the country since the protest broke out. And remember, we have seen some politicians accuse him of receiving money from foreign civil society organization that he used them to fund the young people to go on the street. So it is not clear whether these evidence were presented in court, because that is a very strong allegation that someone is funding a protest. And I know I had some lawyers who are representing him saying that it is very unusual for someone to fund thousands of young people who were seen on the streets across the country.
So staying in Kenya, but moving on to another individual now, Dr. Kennedy Odede. He's a Kenyan social entrepreneur and he's been awarded the 2025 UN Nelson Mandela Prize. Who is he and what does he do?
Thank you, Asanda. Dr. Kennedy Odede is a prominent social entrepreneur and the founder of the Shining Hope for Communities, SHOFCOM, which recently we've seen its work across 37 of the 47 counties and winning the prestigious 2025 UN Nelson Rohilala Mandela Prize for his life-changing services to communities across Kenya. Kenny Dodede, we all know, he started or he was born in the slums of Kibera, which is now the second largest slum in Africa. And after spending so many years on the streets as a street boy, he found someone who took him and funded his education. And coming to Kibera, we've seen most of his service has had, or he started in Kibera, and to a point he had to launch some of the activities, some of the services across the country. And I remember Shofco does quite a number of programs in 37 counties. Some of them they range from education, they range from clean water in the informal settlement. We've also seen one of the largest circles in the country, that is Shopko Sako, and also one of the largest social networks across the country. That is the Sun. We've seen the impact that Shoko has had on the Kenyan people, and being recognized at the UN alongside the Canadian Brenda Renolans is one of the achievements that he has had. And remember, during his speech, he said that, of course, the award is a rubber stamp for his dedication to empowering the community. And he also talked about, or he pointed out on the hopes of planning to have a similar network across the country. And remember, Shofko has supported over 10,000 girls in school. He has trained over 1.5 million youth in leadership. He has employed over 4,000 young people across the 37 counties, without forgetting job creation that stands at around 180,000 for young people in Kenya.
Well, it's a well-deserved award there. We salute and congratulate him, Dr. Kennedy Odede, recipient of the 2025 UN Nelson Mandela Prize. That ceremony being held in New York as part of International Mandela Day. Let's go to Uganda now. Ugandans wanting to travel to the US will be met with a rise in visa costs. What is this $250 visa integrity fee for most non-immigrant visas?
Asanda, this is crazy. I know most of the people, not only the Ugandans, but the people from East Africa and the less privileged, countries will not afford what Trump branded as one big, beautiful bill that was signed into law. That is on 4th July. 2025, and of course it is expected to take effect later 2025 or early 2026. Of course, we've seen young people who are trying to pursue education in the US. Of course, the $250 integrity visa fee most Ugandans will not afford these. And remember, the current rate stands at 3,820 Ugandan shilling. That is half of the $250 dollar that the new bill will see. People will have to pay. This is a one-time. Remember, this is 5 times Ugandan minimum monthly wage, and nearly the double cost of existing visa fee, which stands at 185 US dollar. And of course, together, Ugandans applicants will be expected to pay that is around 1.6 6 million Ugandan shilling for visa compliance and a fund enforcement operation against the visa overstay status and also the violation. And of course, we'll be having a conversation from the US authorities that some of the immigrants who go to the US, they overstay and violate the employment. Of course, these high number of the visa that we've seen, it is just a way to caution the immigrants who violates the law and also overstays in the
Well, it's
US.
a
And of
very
course,
steep fee.
this is
If it's
not one.
double the current visa fee and it's more than Uganda's minimum monthly wage, they're basically saying Ugandans don't come to the US. Let's move to the Eritrean president now, Isaias Afwerki, who's issued a warning to Ethiopia against renewed conflict. How are relations between Eritrea and Ethiopia as currently things stand?
Yes, of course. Eritrea President Isaiah Afwerki he issued a stern warning to the neighboring Ethiopia, cautioning against the possibility of the renewed conflict tension might escalate in the Horn of Africa. And remember, the relationship between the two countries have remained fragile since Eritrea's gained independence from Ethiopia in 1993. And a bloody border war from 1998 to 2000, which left thousands of people dead. And although a peace agreement was signed in 2018, we've seen the mistrust between the two nations as persistent. And according to the Eritrean government, the latest strain in the ties stems from Ethiopia's renewed focus on securing to a sea port, which is now, we have seen it has been a long-standing strategic objective for the landlocked country. And these remarks was directed to the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and President Afwerki affirmed, warned that the Eritrea will not be easily overpowered by Ethiopia, which has a larger population of over 130 million compared to Eritrea's 3.5 million people.
Well, let's
And
let's hope that there is no renewed conflict and the tensions as they are do not escalate and there's some solution to that. We're completely out of time there. Sorry to cut you, Dennis, but we need to go. So thank you so much again for your time and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Dennis Beru is a journalist and team leader at Grassroots Journalism Kenya.